All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do top 10 issue number 5 from America's Best Comics by Alan Moore, Gene Haas, Zander Cannon, and Todd Klein. Yeah, this is another one of those comics that I thought, yeah, this is, maybe fun. And then I read it and I thought, oh, wow, this is actually great. I never ever read something like this before, to be honest. So props to Alan Moore, I guess. So without further ado, let's dive in. You want to know more? Like I say always, I got 1 till 4 on my channel, top 10. Watch it, subscribe to my channel, all the YouTube stuff, right? All right. So we have this old woman, and she's calling her son, and not about the loud music, but she says, there is a hole in my kitchen. Can you come over? And Duane says, well, I'm working. So you're working. Isn't helping people your job, he says. But, yeah, because Duane, don't forgive me if I don't know their superhero names, because there's a lot of people in this. But all these people have, gets a little bit of a spotlight, a little bit of a sunshine. So it's not more like they're being introduced and you've never seen them again. No, they're actually important to the rest of the story, right? So he and this invisible, well, she's not invisible, but she can become intangible, is looking for an extraterrestrial that has been, so they call it the Libra killer, not the Zodiac killer, but the Libra killer, and it's been established that it's an alien, or they think that's an alien, right? And so they are here in the sewers, and there's some holes in here, and I believe her name is Jackie. And she says there's a lot of holes in here that could be, one of the subterraneans could do it. Master Mole, the Burrower, the Madman. There's hundreds of them. So she says, hey, I'm going to check in with Lieutenant Peregrine if she's got any more data on this ET we're looking for, right? And so while she is calling with Kathy, right? Or Lieutenant Peregrine, or, I don't know, maybe Kathy. I'm in the drain. Anything on Libra yet? But there's also other small stories sprinkled through this. So Duane says, hey, Pete, there's something going on there because I hear something voices. It seems that Sergeant Caesar is talking to Large Marge because Large Marge is making a ruckus. But then we go to the headquarters. Well, Kathy is trying to contact with. And she says, I'm on video link with alien registration people now, Jackie. Let me put you on the speakerphone so you can listen in. I'm sorry, Mr. Vaxil. Please go on. So, yeah, there's also aliens in here. And this Vaxil, I don't know, representative, I guess, talk about a vigilante of Venus, probably some kind of a bad person. And she comes from Antares, and there is some Antares life cycle going on that they go into hibernation, and they are changing, but they have to feed also, right? So, okay. And they are feeding on the pioneering, but before we go do that, she says to Sergeant Lopez, who is not fit at all, can you see what those clowns are doing out here? There's a lot of noise. So it says Smax, or Smax, how I call him, has booked the Rave guys from the last issue. Like I said, I like it when things that happened in the last issue goes a little bit into the next issue, and what was big in the last issue is now small in this issue, and then that's how the cycle repeats a little bit, right? And then we have this girl called, I believe, Lori, or she calls herself Toy Box. I mean, that's I think. She says, hey, do I know you from somewhere? Your dreams, maybe. Now you can say there's a lot of small banter here, and you will focus on what's happening here, right? So it seems that Smax and Lieutenant Lopez have an argument with each other because he says, hey, can you bring the noise down? He said, Lieutenant Peregrine's on a murder investigation. And, oh, by the way, you need to go to Laura Street. There's some radioactive stuff you need to pick up. So Smax doesn't want to know anything about that. He says, you know what? This has been a day. I want to go home. So they're having a banter here, right? But the small, very tiny story is here, right? Do I know you from somewhere? And then she looks at him very suspiciously. Now, is this important to the story? Well, no. But I like these very small details that's in here when it comes to storylines. Anyway, so they are going their own way. You know, you say, hey, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Agent Peregrine or Lieutenant Peregrine is still talking about Vax Ul. And he says, yeah, she feeds on pineal glands. So she takes heads, you see. So I didn't even first know what a pineal gland was until I watched the movie From Beyond. It was an 80s horror movie. Very disturbing, very bloody, lots of body horror. I believe it's in the brain or in the front of your cortex, frontal cortex, I mean. Some kind of a gland. I don't know. Anyway, and then he also revealed that she's telepathic. Jackie, are you listening? This sounds worse by the minute. Yeah, it does. Hey, listen, I'm going to hang up now and think this over. Yeah, you too. Pete, what the hell is going on up there, buddy? You're partying or what? So Pete says, well, that Lieutenant Caesar has, deal with Large Marge, who has a, how do you say, pleasure business. And one of her ladies companions is killed, and she wants to basically what's the word, not revenge, but she wants to help with the investigation because they are really caring about her friends that's been killed, right? So there's some kind of a community that everybody is helping each other, right? Anyway, so but Caesar, hey, I don't want you to get hurt, so Large Marge, I'm gonna how do you say, help watch the other drain outlets because these guys cannot be at every where at once. So she wants to take have a look out, right? And he says, well, that might not be a bad idea. Anyway, Pete comes down with these two, and then we go to Smax, and Smax is damn it, what's her name? Anyway, let's call this blonde girl, which I think is the protagonist here. She says, hey, you wanna have a ride? But then, like I said before, there's some storylines is intricate, is dribbling through the story, but there's also a lot of nonsense. Well, not nonsense, more like casual banter. So there's important casual banter, and there is casual banter that goes a little bit like nowhere. So Asmac is bitching around, because he wants to like to bitch. But then she is distracted by this boy band here. Yeah, she said, hey, are you listening? Yeah, sorry, I just worked out where I saw one of those rave kids before. He's Glenn Garland, Blue Jay out of the Sidekicks. They're his boy bands. So that's it. That's the whole thing here. So it's not really an important storyline, as far as I know, maybe later, but as in this comic, it's not. But yeah. Anyway, so they are just talking. Normal talk about stuff. It's not really important as far as I know. Meanwhile, Caesar is here with this woman, and she has some kind of a telepathic psychic powers. So she says, hey, are you really a dog? Yeah. Inside this prosthetic body I am. When I'm off duty, I take it off, scratch, run around, that sort of stuff. So that neural power of yours, how does it work? It's this field that affects pain or pleasure centers. I was going to be a nurse, but he eventually decided whores get paid and treated better. You must think I'm real trash. So anyway, we're going to continue the story. Now, Duane here is going to make a pass on this woman who is, revealed that she likes women more. And he says, hey, Duane, thanks for partnering me. Well, ain't nothing. Pete's be fine. Besides, he never has no luck finding females, even one with tentacles. Him and me both. That's right. What about the new girl, Slinger? Oh, yeah, so the blonde girl's called Slinger, and she has a, drink with the cafe here. Heard she went for a beer with you. Yeah, she fled like I was Dracula. Dracula, hell, Jax, you're plain delectable. I know you ain't interested in me, but you're my idea of a perfect woman. Yeah? And what's that? Well, you know, got a like a guy, sort of like a guy, except with hooters. Duane, you got a silver tongue flat, and actually I do like girls. It's just I like them with the same way I like monster trucks. That I got a chance. Nothing sexier than monster trucks. So, and then he says, Jack's face. Oh, right. So you can see if my top goes see-through before I do. Well, Jackie, face, just face. What? Wow. It's the Libra monster. It's the alien. Don't go solid. Don't go solid, he says. Duane, I can feel it slicing between the photons of my life. So yeah, all these purple things around it can slice people into ribbons, right? And he says, Pete, where the hell are you, man? I got me a razor wire pizza coming at here. And so yeah, they're in a pickle. Just the cords slice off his, gun. Duane, what's up? Jesus, are you completely fucking stupid? This monster is up. Do something, you moron. Duane, don't you be calling me no moron, okay? Jenny, for God's sake. Well, get off my way then. I can do nothing with you in the way. Anyway, so he's powering up, and he's doing some kind of electric blast, stunning this creature that backs down. And he says, God, that thing sure looks familiar. Wait a minute, I got it. She wasn't tickling babes. You degenerate. Anyway, so they're taking up with Peregrine. He says, hey, we make contact with Libra. And nobody's hurt, but Libra a lot worse than we expecting. Can we get some backup? So remember the whole plutonium radioactivity thing? Well, it's here in the background where we have this, I don't know, whatever. They probably finished the mission, right? So Peregrine asks if the people can, these that are in the sewer get some reinforcements, but everyone has their own, assignment, so they cannot do anything. But then one of these, doctors comes, says, hey, Lieutenant Peregrine, I have some news on Andy Soames. So if I remember correctly, like I said, it's 1 month ago since I read the issue number 4. Andy Soames was the big bouncing guy, right? And she had some blood samples, but she said, I don't have time now. I need to focus on other things, right? So he says, well, there's nobody here, so you need to deal with yourself. All right, so we got Large Marge and her girls helping out. Anything between our cell phones and two-way radios, we are pretty much hooked up. Look, I'll keep you posted, okay? Anyway, so Large Marge is here, and one of her girls says, Marge, look. Well, good God, will you look at that? I once run me some Antarian ass was that color. I ain't Murgla Qualls, is it? That's her name. Don't worry, you'll find self, Marge. I'm on this bitch. So, this robot uses some kind of a laser blast, right? And then the creature is fleeing, so it's more like a cat and mouse move. And we see all the heads of the people that she's killed. And so Sergeant, the dog, right? Caesar, they ask for help. And he says, hey, I cannot help you because I have a civilian with me. You need to do it yourself, right? But then, oh no, it breaks out of the ground, and they are in trouble. And she says, Annette, get back. My exoskeleton has shock conductors. But then, I don't know, it's getting sliced in two. And this creature wants to kill him. And Annette, get out of here. Run, just run. And she's paralyzed with fear. And then Pete comes up. He says, hold on, Sarge. Right? And he's blasting this creature into oblivion, unconscious. And did you kill it? I know. I'm calling a fortified wagon to take it away. Now look at this. He's using his powers to make his brain like his face a skull. Looks really well done. Anyway, so they are. He says, Jackie, something wrong? Heads. There's a chamber down here. All the heads. And then this creature is getting, safely putting away. Well, Marge is saying goodbye. And he says, hey, why don't you, why don't we get a coffee or something, right? So Duane says, "Well, I'm not gonna go in because I need to go to mom because of a hole, right?" And so they're going to Krakatoa's diner, and so they're having a chat here in the background while Jackie is here. Said, "Hey, I want to have an espresso, a bowl of water, and a mocha." So and then this happens. He says, "You want ice in the water?" And then she's shouting, "Who the hell did that? Which one of you grabbed my butt?" Now I forgot there is the ghostly goose who's an invisible pervert, man or woman, I don't know, pinching women's butts. And she says, "Okay, I'm Sergeant Kowalski, and I'm going to ask you again, which of you just assaulted me?" And she says, "Hey, Sergeant Caesar, I want you on radio control to get another wagon down here." "Wait a minute, I know what this is. We got the ghostly goose here." "Right, well, that's it. Everybody here, everything in here is getting impounded till I found out who grabbed me." "Ghostly goose? I'll explain later." So it says, "I want every item of cuddly in this place double bagged. That's it. You stand by the wall and you don't move." Anyway, so we see Duane and Pete coming to Duane's house, and he says, "So finally you visit. Hi, Ma. Geez, that's loud. You noticed. Peter, how's your mother?" "Hi, Mrs. Bodine. Mom's fine. I'll chat some with your upstairs neighbors later. Where's this hole?" "In the kitchen. I told you." Yeah, right. I got it. So, Peter, do you have a girlfriend?" But then Duane is getting knocked out because they have a small problem. What is this? A red with a thing on, how do you say, an eye patch? Shazam? Captain America? Martian Manhunter? And a Wonder Woman? I don't know. I really like it. This weird comic. I mean, it's so unpredictable. I like it a lot. This is fun. I like stuff like this. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Leave a like, leave a comment. Would be appreciated. See you next time. Bye-bye.